And we had talked about Vince McMahon last week here on the show, and Vince McMahon having his spinal surgery, which he's recovering from. But Vince McMahon was served with a subpoena and a search warrant in regards to his previous case, along with the board of directors and the hush money stuff that he, had been accused of. So he had been served with the subpoena, and apparently they had gone and they had stormed the WWE headquarters. And the quote that we have here reads, in 2022, WWE formed a special committee to review allegations of misconduct against me. This is directly from Vince McMahon, mind you. That review was concluded in November 2022 following an extensive investigation. Throughout this experience, I have always denied any intentional wrongdoing and continue to do so. I am confident that the government's investigation will be resolved without any findings of wrongdoing. I am focused on completing the recovery process for my recent spinal surgery and on closing our transaction with Endeavor, which, by the way, folks, it hasn't been concluded, the transaction just yet. It's pretty much there. The intention to buy is there, but obviously these things take a very, very long time because there's a fuck ton of money involved.
Yeah.
And he said, which will create one of the preeminent global sports and entertainment brands. So Vince McMahon issuing a statement here and addressing, basically with people that are out there that, hey, I have nothing to hide. This is who I am. And, I'm open to being investigated as much as possible. Obviously, Vince McMahon is a very, very controversial figure amongst some wrestling fans. And he's also a guy that's liked by some wrestling fans. But he's certainly somebody that is always talked about amongst wrestling circles. Macho, what do you think about this one? How do you feel about this and Vince's statement that he released in regards to this?
I mean, honestly, I was shocked. I thought this was over. I thought it was all gone. I thought we were moving on, and I thought the news that broke about his spinal surgery and everything, I thought that was going to calm all the marks down, where everybody was going to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe he isn't there. Maybe it is Triple H booking all this stuff and we can just shut the fuck up and enjoy the show. But having all this stuff, I feel like all it does is just adds fuel to the fire for people to just go in an uproar and complain about the company on Twitter. It's, I don't know. I really didn't, like I said, I thought it was over.
Right. Dee, how about you? What did you think of this?
I just think it's kind of messed up, but I mean, that is the U.S. government. The guy just had spinal surgery, and you're gonna go busting up into his house, into his business. It's like Mach said, man. I thought it was done. I thought it was over with, bro. You didn't hear shit. I thought the money got greased, the palms got greased, and everything was done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. I don't understand, man. I don't understand what are they trying to get now? They want more greasing of the palms. What do they want?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's also my understanding, too, that Vince has taken an indefinite leave of absence as far as it goes with his backstage responsibilities at the bigger shows. Now, it's my understanding that Triple H is overseeing all of the creative except the Bloodline. The Bloodline, as per Billy Body, was reported that the people responsible for that angle are Michael Hayes, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, with Vince McMahon having final say. So he's obviously very involved in that huge angle. He will continue to assume his responsibilities as CEO for the company, but will not be actively traveling on the road as he recovers from spinal surgery.
Do you think they all have Vince on FaceTime, walking around backstage?
Maybe. I mean, look, again, people could say, well, this guy's lost his marbles. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of touch. He's this, he's that. But let me tell you something. This guy's the godfather of the industry. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have a business. We wouldn't even be doing this right now. And I say this all the time, I swear, on the show. Okay? But we would not be here on this show chopping it up, talking about wrestling with Macho with that beautiful Puerto Rican flag in the background there. We wouldn't be doing that. We wouldn't be doing that regularly if it wasn't for Vince McMahon and him doing what he did to save the professional wrestling business or the sports entertainment business, whatever you want to call it. So, obviously, he's a guy that's going to be surrounded in controversy, and fans are going to go and they're going to want to believe whatever they want to believe. They're going to want to believe the dirt sheets and whatever conspiracy theories. But I got to tell you, if you want any more proof that Vince McMahon is not running things, Zoe Starks is on the main roster, okay? Tommaso Ciampa is on the main roster, okay? Chad Gable is getting a push, okay? Remember Shorty G?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So the fact that those people are on TV and Tiffany Stratton is not on TV, that should tell you everything you need to know that Vince is not backstage and he's not calling any shots except for overseeing, coincidentally, the hottest angle in the business. So there's that. But I wouldn't be surprised if some more came out in the coming months. And hopefully this whole thing gets wrapped up soon and we can stop hearing about it and Vince can continue to dye his eyebrows and his mustache and his hair.